Great. I'm so happy to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Albert Nation, a gentleman who schooled out there in the east side of Nairobi, St. Teresa's Boys High School. Nafurahia sana the way nilienda shule, nikasoma. We had teachers who were hilarious. We had teachers who were amazing. But after 4 years, mtu aligraduate tukatoka. And I'm so happy to know that that part of schooling, enye ilikuwa na experience yake. And going out there to the streets, pia kuna vile. So today I'll be so happy to keep talking about, lessons and more lessons out of our schooling.
Alright. Awesome.
Unaonaje?
Iko tu sawa.
If you were taught how to make proper decisions,
yeah,
then you become a holistic person.
Yeah.
You know, hatungekuwa na hizi shida ndogo tunaonaga hapa kwa barabara. You know, mtu amenunua gari kubwa lakini anafanya kitu fulani unashindwa.
Ajui kuweka indicator.
Yes. Boss,
anakata kuweka indicator. Like
una feel gari yake ni kubwa
wewe unafaa kumpitisha.
You obviously know.
You should respect me because of my car.
No. But I have to say kuna vitu mingi. I feel like hata life inatufunzaga vitu mob sana kuliko hata shule. Juu imagine sasa like you as a human being, you as part of nature. Kuna vile like you just need to know how to exist
survive
in a world like this. Unaona?
Yes.
So ni kama tuliacha kuwa the humans we
coexist
are
as
coexist
humans, yes,
exactly.
yes.
So ni kama we are just apart, nika tunajua
self-centered,
selfishness.
We refused our role. Kama sasa vile tunaambiwa sisi tumengangana sana kusoma about history. And history exactly, our kids will start being funzwari, wataanza kufunzwa hizo stories za war yenye ina happen outside the country, up and down kwa ground. As especially Africans, we forget that we are also existing in a world that we should learn how to exist in the same world. Na vitu zingine ni very impractical in this world. Tunajipata actually like we are just getting lost and we are actually losing our values. But sahi watoto wanafaa kuwa kifunzwa like hizo like the small between the lines, unaona, the small things that you know very well upper outside. Hakuna mtu mwenye atamfunza unless yeye mwenyewe ajifunze. Manze vitu za story ya self esteem, vitu kama hizo.
Some of these things ni vile umesema again, kuna vitu mtu ufunzwa na nature. Your environment, your company, the places you go, the things you do, zinafaa kukuteach. But if your mind is not wired in such a way that unafaa kupick nuggets za kukudevelop as a person as you go along. You see kama sasa hivi tunaongea, there's a lot of things I'm thinking, did I know that? Okay. You know, and you learn. So nakumbuka huyu jamaa anaitwa Dalai Lama akisema that kitambo people used to love people and use things, but siku hizi it's the opposite. We love things and we use people. You know, so when you love things and you use people, inamaanisha kuna shift. Ile mimi nilikuwa napenda geography ilikuwa na kitu ilikuwa inaitwa tectonic forces. Ilifanya Rift Valley formation. Oh man, I can do geography hata sahi. You see, because I loved it. When I school love home science, more love nini?
Me love
English.
You know, so I think those things are there, and education system inafaa ikuwe so non-formal, or rather very informal, that people grow with it. You don't just, it's not something you do. It should be something you are, you know, as you go along. And I know as we are going to talk, kama saizi in Kenya, najua kuna shule moja inaitwa, I'm trying to remember the name, Doctor, tuko na kwa fellowship ingine inaitwa Metis. But what she's doing, she has a school that she's teaching kids pure Africanness.
Children in freedom.
Children in freedom.
Wow, that's cool, you guys.
Children in freedom.
Yeah, that couple is amazing. What? And you see, they're teaching that, and I'm glad you know it.
Nakuru.
Yes, and hometown. Now you see that kids are growing up learning what they love. And you see it wanakuwa
hadi wanavanga uniform yao ni
African, very African.
They have African days.
So you see now the power of education. Education and the mindset ni vitu mbili zinaenda pale.
Education is just like a brainwash. It's kind of brainwash. Unaniget. Vitu zingine like setting a tent for a camp. vitu zingine ukiambia watu they don't know something like that. Ati anaweza dig chini atengeneze hizo pillars aziweke 4 atengeneze na tu vitu hapo hivyo makaratasi maybe afunike like the whole place ikuwe a place to sleep. Like how to survive. Vitu zingine kama hizo they are not being taught. Mtu anajua tu YouTube. Oh my god, I know how to upload a video. Do you know how to like on TikTok? I know how to do such things.
Coping with harsh realities as well.
Yes, there was ile nilisikiaga of a couple that guys are married, wamefika home, wameenda kuwasha stima, haiwaki. They don't know how to figure out that the bulb imechomeka. Very quickly, ndifu ni aje, nyumba yetu inagiza. So wewe umepigia fundi amekaa, anajaribu kuangalia ana realize ni bulb imechomeka. But because mumemleta, anaenda huko kwa main socket anatoanisha mawaya nini.
Arudi. Of course, yeah.
Mwambia mweke bulb, mtamwambia
ule mtu asi.
Ni hiyo tu.
Exactly.
Yeah, so basically guys, there's a lot we want to just offset from our chest, but we have to hear both sides of the story, like us walisomea hii kind of system. So there are a lot of series that will come after this, but we also want to offer sort of like solutions or proposals to what we think should happen, so that this system is kweli kitu inaendelea our generation wakikama wanapita through the same system and we expect different results. That's insanity. So I don't know what you guys think, like what do you think are the proposals tunaweza come up nayo ndo ule mtu atatusikia mahali as a pick 1 or 2 from what we think can change the way education system should be governed.
I will say maybe more institutions zenye zina focus on talent based skills, vitu kama hizo, because I feel bado huwa tunasahau talent sana, na kila mtu hakuna mtu hana talent, unaona. So kuna vile bado hiyo talent yako na passion yako ikuzwa maybe in a school where, or even inside the school, if now kitu kama PE, sports zilikuwa taken for granted, but unaweza pata kuna watoto wenyewe they are really good kwa vitu kama hizo and all. Inaanza hivyo. Karibu.
Wapi?
Hivi viti tuacheto hapa.
Viti acha.
Yako kama nayo. Yako nayo. So guys, with each and every problem, there must be a solution or there must be proposals. And that's why we are here today, because we discussed most of what we felt were voids that were to be filled by the education system back then. But tunaona bado the education system inaendelea tu kwa the same process, and we're expecting different results. Ama vipi? So we are thinking we need to air our voices as young people, ndo we tujue what are the possible solutions or mitigations we can come with to even help the current system come up with new ideas, so that we get new results and new reforms be achieved. So for me, I'd say education haianzagi shule. For me, I can say education should start at home. Even your parent when anakupeleka shule, it should be anakuguide, like anakuambia si ati wewe ni mjinga ndio maana unaenda shule. It's because unaenda kuongeza maarifa fulani. So the way your parent is even feeding information about the school system, it can enter your subconscious na wewe pia ujue sawa. School ndapata hii, and this is what I'll go and grasp, but in the end I should also use my common sense, which ikuwa common vile mlikuwa mnasema, to ensure that at least points zingine zinanisaidia shule. Si ati nienda nikasoma nikakram nikatoka out of it thinking whatever I learned at school now I need to apply in life. If I can't apply in life, then it means I didn't get anything out of school. So common sense, the background or the foundation of the education system inafaa ianze from the start. Mtoto akikuwa bado mchanga, ndo mtoto akigrow anajua this is the way things should be.
On that point, I would say, you see the way maybe I am an artist, and I believe it is in my DNA. Like, my parents maybe were artists, my ancestors were artists. That is why I can pick a pencil and draw. So I believe what we do as parents, and at times as a parent, you obviously know what your niche is. You know what your talent is. You should teach your kids what you do, so that maybe if that is what they were meant to do, of course they will have someone to learn from up a younger age, compared na to maybe you as a parent, you're a business person, you've never even card your kid kwa shop yako akuzia hata mayai siku mbili, and you expect them to be business people in the future. Like, vitu zingine, we should just try and teach our kids what we learned, like from hapo nyuma, to try to pass on to the next generations, because of course vitu zingine will come to die with us. Yeah.
I also tend to think vile tu mnasema, the idea of upbringing, because me wana believe kuna 4 spaces where a child ana learn. Mtoto akizaliwa akona wazazi at home, so you are learning from birth, upbringing at home. After that you go to either the church setup and the school setup, then kuna sasa street, ulimwengu. So you need to keep learning from all those sort of spaces. But kitu ingine tuna realize there is a difference between education and learning. Because when a child is born, how do they know they need to suck the mother's...
How they are actually supposed to suck.
How do they even know?
Yeah.
It's a routine that the mother has to get them to, plus the inaitoga intuition. There is something inside a kid that is God created that just makes it natural to be like that. So many people leave that part of learning wakati wanaenda shuleni, because the school now begins to teach you different logistical ways of doing things, and your mind is programmed to a certain way of thinking. At what point do you know when mjinga na ule ni mclever? Sini shule. You know, but if you people don't go to school, you'll just do things. I think we watched this movie Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. You know, some old time movie that really happened back in the, is it Amazon forest, those sides? You know, as in the Tarzan person learns from street smart, but some of the things they do, how to fish, how they do kayaking, how they communicate, how they reason with animals, you know, it's all intuition, which means we are all naturally very clever. But education, saa zingine based on those standards, ndio inatufikisha kule tuko. So I think what we need to do is just know, where do I learn, who do I learn from, how do I learn, so that education ikiongeza knowledge, you combine wisdom and knowledge to become a better person. So kila mtu anaweza fanya better, hakuna mjinga.
I actually think intelligence, what is actually called intelligence, it is now knowledge plus the skills. Like how do you apply that knowledge to your daily skill, to your daily activities that you do. These days we say ati umseni daktari is very intelligent. Yes, where like intelligence is how you try to actually manipulate what you've learned to everyday's activities and actually thinking logically, like ndio uweze kusolve the small things. That is what what's being
hiyo sasa hilo kizungu ilikuwa
hiyo sasa, that's it.
Yes, no. I think kunafaa kuwa na maybe more integration kati ya now the ones who feel like, how we were saying IGCSE and hizi shule za kawaida. Okay, sisi za kawaida, but so I think bado kuna kwanga na hiyo gap between now this like the rich kind of people, so I feel like if that also happened, unaweza pata kuna so many vile unasema knowledgeable people, but they really don't know how to navigate through life. But unapata huyo msee mwingine wa ghetto and all wako na this kind of skill, lakini tena ya bado haizi fit in. No, so I think also bado kuna this gap that we also need to bridge through maybe more institutions za talent, ama za sports zinaweza kuwa like zinaweza kuwa, ndio hata hapo najua kama talent yako tu ni kuimba, hata wewe kama wewe ni nani bado tu it's the same. So you will just meet there and learn from each other. So things like that ndio kusikwa na hiyo, there's such a big gap in this society because you see wote ni kimoja.
Maybe just to finish up on that topic, kuna something wanasemaga necessity is the mother of
Invention.
you know, many people who are very very creative and innovative ni out of circumstance walijipata. You know, kuna baridi hapa, what do I do? Ana come up na solution. Ile kitu imefanyika hivi, ana come up na solution. But when you find a parent who gives the child everything, this child most of the time hawakuagi innovative. They could be knowledgeable, they could be clever, but because of zile vitu wamepata around them, but hawako very innovative. So we are all born with a natural intuition that inaweza fanya tukwe the best in our lives. So we just need, vile my partner hapo amesema, we just need to bridge that gap of education and academic systems so that everybody explores your space na akwe the best of what they can be. You are going to say something?
Yeah, I was thinking, you see, every education system has a fault. Like, zote ziko na faults. CGH, hiyo, like, zizo ilikuwa na fault yake, 844 ilikuwa na fault yake, CBC are also complaining iko na fault yake. Can we find a way yenye we can merge, like, those maybe 3 or 4 education systems and try to see how they can help the kids of now, like, because we are evolving, education is evolving, so we should see a way that we can merge those systems, because I feel like watu wenye walisoma and like wenye walikuwa before us walisoma maybe more than we did. And we feel like we learned more than the CBC people are doing. So what can we do in this education system, like yenye inaweza tusaidia ku merge this education system, like all of them, to pick like the most important, the best pieces, and then we patch them together and make it like a well now education system, but they are just trying to major in one thing this time, and then when I realize, oh, by the way, it's not even working now, we'll go to the other one. But they are actually checking back to what happened and see the faults that were there and try to correct them. Though now we maybe have another education system that is actually working for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the wise said, time is money. And sisi tunaona ni kama time yetu imekuwa pesa mingi sana na tushapata hiyo pesa. So Poeta said, system iko ndani ya system, maziro mingi haziko kwa sufuria tu, 844 pia ni system. Tomoka na maziro after hiyo system. Don't be part of the system, be part of the solution, because each and every problem has a solution. So since tunajua pia nyinyi mko na experiences zingine tofauti kuhusu the education system, we want you guys to comment on the comment section. What was the experience in school, and what is it that you feel haikuwa part of the system that sai ingekuwa inasaidia watu, ama what inafaa pia introduciwe sai into the education system so that it becomes better, because it's about bettering the humanity. Hatutaki kila mtu anaingia kwa system the same and tunapata tuna reason the same, we have the same challenges each and every time we are complaining. We don't want to raise people who are complainers, but we want to raise people who see a problem, see the opportunity and solve the problem. So yes, tuko hapa hivi with my friends and these people wamechambua CBC, wakachambua 844, wakachambua IGCCCC, hiyo zingine and all the group of schools. So yes, we will meet again to do another edition of other group of schools, another group of people who have gone through other challenges with the education system. But to do in the end, what are our proposals? Who can listen to us, and how are we coming up with new informative solutions to cover this challenge that we face? I've been your host, Poeta, and this is the Unedited Voices podcast. Keep on subscribing. Check out these people. They are crazy. Yeah. You've been very saying,